Hey, look at Randy Orton slithering.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
KO! Here's the cover.
Hey, what's up guys, and we're back here finally with a video in a tank that I've had for, well, quite a while and I haven't had a video of it yet. And it is the Chisel, one of the, the last mercenary tank to be added, I believe, actually. So, why haven't you seen this tank, even though it's really, really good? Honestly, I've been very consistent in it. You may have caught this on stream if you are there. I've consistently done well in it, like 4 to 6k damage games, but I've always kind of set the expectation for like tier 10 medium gameplay on the channel to be like ace tanker requirements to an extent, especially probably pushing like 7k damage usually, and I really wanted to try to get a really good gameplay with the tank like that, but it just never added up yet, which is kind of weird because this tank is a combination of two tanks that I really enjoy at tier 10, which is the 48 Patton and the Centurion Action X Hall, as we get our first shot of damage of the game. But just something about it, I don't know, it didn't click as well as those two tanks do for me. And I think mainly it may have to do with the gun. The gun on paper is very good with like 0.32 accuracy, if I remember correctly. And 400 alpha on a medium tank. And as well as that, you get better armor because of the spaced armor. You can see all around the hull of the tank and the 48 Patton turret. So on paper, you would think I would really like this tank, and I do enjoy it. But for some reason, the APCR rounds that it has with Chieftain's gun just don't like me. I've had a lot of weird bounces over the time I've had this. I've had it since about, I think, late November, to be honest. And it just never really clicked completely. I don't know. But, yeah, I've always had some issues with the gun. Weird bounces. APCR will do that on occasion. So regardless of the 0.32 accuracy, I've had some just weird times with this thing. It's been a little tricky, I don't know, but some tanks, I don't know, it just don't totally click. He says I'll probably be posting 2 games that everybody else would be completely and utterly happy with. But still, just a little weird. This tank, I don't know, for me personally. So, this first game is actually before the recent, quote-unquote, well, nerf to this tank. If I'm completely honest, in my opinion, not that it matters too much, just one person's viewpoint, it kind of needed it. I've seen so many of these tanks on the battlefield or in the game, and just nothing about it was bad, if I'm honest. The spaced armor, all that was just, it was kind of ridiculous that it also had the view range of like 420 meters. And even my idea is, and this is coming from a person who plays light tanks a lot, the tier 10 mediums should probably be capped at like 400 meters view range as we just shut down that 13105 disgustingly. Just to make it so that the most tanks with the most view range at tier 10 would be the light tanks, to give them some kind of advantage against the mediums for the most part. Because a lot of people would say, yeah, why play light tanks, and that's honestly kind of true. A lot of mediums at tier 10 can do the job of a light tank almost better than the scouts, just because of some of their view ranges and such. So I wouldn't be opposed to capping them at like 400 meters. However, then you got to do it for every tier, because then you have something like 46 Patton at tier 9. It's got like 420 or 410, something like that, as well. But just an idea from your local light tank player, I suppose. So yeah, the recent nerf, I kind of understand the fact that this thing had 420 meters view range and a slight nerf on the DPM, which is fine to me because everything else about the gun, or not the gun, about the tank is really good. So decreasing the DPM a little bit makes sense, at least my eyes.
Got them in our sights.
On the similar aspect to like the KPZ 50T,
Target's locked.
where everything else about the tank is so good that the lack of DPM a little bit isn't like mind-numbing to me. Is that shot? I don't even know, but just kind of my 2 cents on the recent kind of nerf of this thing. As the second game, you'll see it's completely capable still. There's nothing. It's not like this tank is horrible now. Completely still well worth the effort, and whenever it comes on
Unlocking target.
the contract pops back up again, which maybe next after the Tusk contract is up, but that's going to be a while. So just to kind of keep that in mind, I suppose, when we're looking to get this thing or pick it up. As we pick a horrible shot in the 48 patent right there. We've
Target locked.
haven't been talking much about the gameplay. This is on Swamp. You saw we pushed really aggressively from the start, and I only would recommend doing that if you're in platoon with whoever with Jokers this game. So felt pretty confident of just rushing right up their hill like that. If I'm solo, maybe not, because it kind of requires some support in that area. As we put some nice shots into the Action X and get some nice assisted as well. That one does not do anything. One issue with this tank also is with the Caxhaul, you do get ammo racked quite a bit because of where the ammo rack is on the Centurion Action X. It's directly behind the upper plate, legitimately. So it can be quite an issue getting ammo racked multiple times. I've been frustrated with that, but it's something you kind of have to expect if you're playing this thing. Same as the Centurion Action X as well. But yeah, like I said, this thing's still really, really good. I enjoy it. Second game is going to be on Proc, I believe, as we finish off that guy for our third kill, and pick up the Brothers in Arms as well with that. And yeah, pick up just shy of 6,500 damage, 2k assisted, a little bit more like tracking at the end there. But showing this what this thing is capable of, and the next game's gonna be a little more of that because it's what it's like in the current state that it's in. So take a look at that in the next game. So overall, talk briefly about this because not really my type of thing, but looking at all the recent balance changes that have been going on in the game, I'm fairly happy with most of them myself. I'm very happy with the ones that are coming out today. The Hesh Barn, yeah, the Hesh needed to be readjusted, if I'm completely honest. Little off topic, I guess. But, I mean, even yesterday I played the 275 pen Hesh for the last time, and hitting an E100 for 2153 is just utterly ridiculous. So I'm kind of happy that change is happening. Some of them have been kind of questionable, mainly the 50B changes. But most of them I'm pretty happy with, including the change of this thing. It doesn't really break it, but it brings it back more into line with other tanks of its tier, at least I think. So good job wargaming, I guess, so far, at least for my standard. But second game, of course, Proc. We were platooned with Swindle and I think it's Petty, yeah. And pretty much this is like one of the dream maps for this tank because of the gun depression and turret armor. You're gonna be able to work the ridge line pretty well. Unfortunately, there is one already on each team. Well, one on their team, two on our team, so maybe a little worse for the enemy team there. So we're just gonna try to work the ridge line, the three of us, see what we can do, see what we can spot. And yeah, usually this map you don't want to sit still too long, especially in this thing. Even see if we can't pick up some early spots, and we do on the Emil 2 there. Always looking at a decent spot to go to. I don't do it in my light tanks. I'll generally be a little more active with my scouts. Just passing through this area, maybe going up towards the hill, or just patrolling the ridgeline regardless. But in a medium tank, it's a little less like just scouting the ridgeline. It's more like poking up in different places along the ridgeline and seeing where we go. As yeah, we track the 57 heavy, and this is what I mean.
Target locked.
You can't really snapshot with this gun because it will miss a lot of the time, at least for me,
They're looking at us.
as we pick up the spot on the machine. I pick up some pretty decent assisted here, that's what I mean.
Loaded and ready.
It's still very capable in that regard, as we tracked 183. And it said, don't aim this thing, you're
to
gonna
fire.
miss. And hopefully we can put our first shot of damage into the machine, and we sure enough do.
Unlocking target.
And I was even talking, I think we were this game, is what I would love to do in this game, in this tank with the armor it has and the gun depression, is push into the bowl right to my right. The bowl is super important on this map. If you can push into it and hold it very effectively, you extend your vision almost to the end of the map on the other side. It's unfortunately you take our first shot of damage. But you can basically push your vision all the way back and spot anything sitting all the way back there. And it's just generally a pretty strong spot. It's generally where you want to be contesting at in your mediums, or even some of your faster heavies. You don't want to go near your scouts too much because people will just poke over and you have no armor.
Target's locked.
But if you're in a tank like this, IS-7, Super Conch, a little trickier and stuff like a Super Conch or a Chieftain because you're slow and it's going to be hard to get over the ridgeline very quickly, and you don't have as much armor, like lower plate wise. But here you can see we're working this ridgeline pretty damn well, just showing our turret and our best ability to block damage so far and pick up a good amount of assisted, regardless of the changes. Because again, this game was after the recent changes to the Chisel. As you pick off the machine, I also got the 183 killed, so I'm pretty happy with that. There's still obviously stuff back here firing at us. We're still lit. It's probably their 2 TDs, if I'm at all honest. And right now I'm unspotted. There's nobody spotting. Duh. So now's the time to go in. I'm telling my teammates, I'm going to push into the bowl, look out for some spots. And there we go. Pick up a spot on the M60. We get a little bit of assisted damage. But then we get smacked by, I guess, a waffle. Because you only got shot once, I think, there. As we spot the tortoise. And I'm just gonna guess that is also the waffle sitting back there as well, and then we get clicked on for like 1,000 damage, but we know where he's at, and hopefully maybe we can spot him. He's directly in front of us. That's kind of the goal, as the T-54 gets massacred by our green Type 5 heavy, and so far we picked up more assisted damage than we have actual damage. It's gonna change, but like I said, this position on proc is super strong for a tank like this. It's better when there's no arty because, you know, we just saw what happened there. It's probably moving around quite a bit, regardless if that's actually helping me. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And here I thought maybe the T-100 we can just come in on me, and I'm telling them, hey, watch my back maybe. But he is not. It's good for me. And just playing a little more passive right now. I don't want to say spot it this entire time because I know the arty's probably focusing on me because I'm the closest to him. And then we actually pick up the spot on him, and I think we're all talking in chat, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, and he's gone. So now we can really abuse this position now that this already is in play. I think somebody even joked that now we can actually play the game. So now we can really use our turret armor and more or less safely behind this hill and just go to work on this tortoise. He has no chance of spotting me here. The only person that's probably going to spot me too well to cover is the M60, which is further down if he's still there. If he's not, he's moved. So we're basically immune to these guys if we finish him off. And then can we pick a shot on the waffle? It doesn't matter because I already just deletes him from the game as well. And now we're going to be aggressive as well. The only thing that's maybe down there is the M60. But we look at the map real quick, and sure enough, he's on the other side. So we're good to go, and see if we can't push in aggressively. As our whole team is doing the fight of the Valkyries to pick up the last damage on these 5 remaining guys. So far, we picked up still more assisted damage than actual damage, but we can't see if we can't pick up a little bit more here. Firing on the move, because why not? Don't want to push in too far because we're a 2-shot. 37 heavy. We're trying to stay just below this small little ridgeline here. Shot comes in from the ridgeline, misses thankfully. And now it's just a mad dash for who can get the most damage out of this game. As we put one into the Type 4, and now we just have these couple medium tanks up on the hill. The T95 E6. snap one there. Luckily that one does go in.
Locked, loaded, and ready.
And see if we can't get one more shot to finish this game off with. And sure enough, we can for our 4th kill, bring us just up to 5k damage. Well, it's 4,000 assisted and 1,700 blocked as well. So not a bad game for Prokofovka in the good old Chisel here. Tank I want to play more. Hopefully get some really good games in it. I've seen other players do really well in it, and obviously it's still really good games, but my expectation for myself is probably a little higher than most. Enjoy. So still good tanks, still enjoying it regardless of any changes to it. Don't worry guys, it's still good. So catch you guys next time. See you.